I'm also very proud to be here, and it was a lovely journey, which hopefully won't finish by today. So I will present our group. You have heard our names, but now you can see our pictures. So we have Naomi next to Sandy. Sandy needs no presentation because you are known worldwide. And we have Rafa. You will see her in present, and me, of course. Now, I'm here to talk a little bit about the ICEKit 9, and based on picture book called One. And the picture book is by Catherine Otoshi and was published by KO Kids Books in 2008. This this picture book focuses on Focus Field 1, social responsible behavior. And to know a little bit about this book, it has a main character. Actually, it has three main characters, if I may say so. Blue. Blue is a quiet color. He likes doing funny activities and enjoying life. And we have Red. Red, as the color, is a bully. And he loves picking up on blue and all the other colors. And no one steps in to face and to stand for blue. Until one comes along, the third main character, and one stands up for himself, and after a while he manages to not to convince, but to help all the other callers to stand up for themselves too. All right? So it's a lovely story that goes far beyond language skills. It focuses on numbers and colors and feelings. It focuses on adjectives, but also its main focus is on bullying, which is unfortunately one of our main problems at schools today. And I dare to say it's not only here in Portugal. I think it's a worldwide problem. So we prepared the course, the ICEKit in November, and then we took it to our classrooms to implement it and to see what works best and what doesn't work. The first activity I'm going to show, I'm not going to show all that we have implementing, but I'm just focusing on our highlights. And it is the color feeling. Here in Portugal, I didn't do this activity, but Rafa did it in Italy. And basically, what she did was to look at the colors and ask children what emotion does that color provoke in themselves, all right? Of course, if we had more time, we could also discuss this here with you. But unfortunately, it's only 20 minutes. So, and children were able to respond accordingly and to say what feelings each color could provoke in them. Then we had another activity, we called it Sound Feelings, where we put different types of pieces of music, all right, like Mozart, Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, Vivaldi, the Four Seasons of Vivaldi, and they would have to, both Italy and Portugal, we implemented this, we tried this out, and they would have to express their movement and to incorporate in their movements and in their dancing the way they were feeling. In Portugal, we do it through fluid motion. It's something that comes from music learning theory by Edwin Gordon, and it works very well in this type of activity. They not only listen to the pieces of music, but they also move around, and they move accordingly to what they are feeling, all right? And this was a very nice activity, and they really enjoyed doing it in class. Now, we enter the reading and the reading aloud. When I did the course in Lisbon in November, I learned a lot. And I'm proud to say that some of the things I've learned, I can no longer not doing them in class. And the 2 reading alouds is one of them. So the first read aloud, it implied a lot of mediating, and I have the pleasure to work with Cristina. Cristina is a preschool teacher, and she helped me a lot because she can guide in Portuguese and she could explain. Because this book, even though it looks simple, it's not. We have to do a lot of mediating because at a certain point, they were looking at Red as, wow, he's very nice. I want to be like him. And then we discussed it in one of our online meetings, and Rafa had exactly the same problem. So they were looking at Red's behavior, and and looking at the illustrations, and they were seeing that he's a good one. And they weren't recognizing the pattern that it's a not so good one. So, but before I skip one. But before the reading aloud, I forgot to talk about the peritextual ponderings. When we look at the cover, now, and all the pictures books, I think we read in class. Now, we look at the cover, and we look at the title, and if it has a price, for instance, this book has, thank you, Rafa. This book is celebrating its 10th anniversary and has already won 15 awards, which is wow, I think, all right? When we looked at the cover, we explore the way the title is done. We looked at the colors. We questioned why, if they could recognize the word for a number. I also want to say that Catherine Otoshi is both the writer and the illustrator of this book. So, back again to the reading aloud. We did a lot of mediation through the reading process, as I said before. And in the second read aloud, we did a lot of questioning, okay, to see if they were really understanding. And it made a huge difference. We could notice a huge difference from the first read aloud, that it had a lot of mediation, to the second read aloud, where they were already able to, they had understood the story, and they were already able to focus on the questioning and answer to us. It is important to say, and I didn't say it before, but I work with 3 to 5 year-old children. So we did, here in Portugal, all these activities were made orally, and it has a lot of comprehension. It's based in comprehension because they don't write yet. So we had questions like, what does this color remind you of? Why do you think red gets bigger? Because at a certain point in the book, red gets bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why I think they empathized with red at first sight, because Red is becoming actually more confident, but we had to explain that this is not good. Now, Rafa here, she tried this apple experiment. I don't know if you have, if you know about this, but basically you have two apples, and one, we say lots of bad things and we do bully to the apple, and when we open the apple, one that was well treated is beautifully in the inside, and the other one is like you can see in the picture, a little bit yellow and sometimes even brown. And this was explored in a way that sometimes we don't see bully behavior because it's hidden, it's invisible, and it's difficult. Especially for my learners, it was very difficult because this is such an abstract concept. So it was very hard for them to understand. Luckily, I have Christina with me, and she could even mimic some of the bullying situations so that they could understand it deeper. Now, and we created a song during the ICEKit when we were in Lisbon in November, and we tried this out in class, and it works very well. I wish you could see them singing, because the chorus just stays in our heads, and I wish you could see them singing and dancing and really incorporating the song in themselves, all right? So it was a beautiful moment. And we had also the opportunity of sharing it, a singing moment between our two classrooms through e-twinning. Now the taking action cycle. Bullying is, it's difficult to explain to children unless they have lived bullying situations. And the first part in the taking action cycle, we were very concerned in looking for their answers and tried to see if they had already been in situations, in bullying situations. And of course, either they were in some, or they have known someone that was in some kind of situation. They know the word. It's not an unknown word, but it's something they have difficulty in understanding deeply. So we have things like my Vittoria, she said, Margarida said, Vittoria doesn't let Fabio play with me when we go to the house area, and that makes me sad. So being able to recognize bullying behavior in others and also in themselves was a true victory for me as a teacher, and for me as the person who was trying to implement such an important ICEKit in class. And I think I can speak for Rafa too, because she also did the same activity, and she had things like this school year, Tommaso, right? Tommaso always tells me bad things in the canteen, and once he slapped me. And then another child said, at the beginning of this school year in the canteen, there was a secondary school child who always showed me the knife every time I looked at him.
Erika. Yes.
Okay, so these were situations that we put them to life. Okay, I'm not sure if we can say it like this, but they were said out loud, and it's very important because one of the things I believe is that bullying is so traumatic because no one talks about, well, they are not used, children are not used to talk about it. So then we did this activity, the bullying balloons, And we were supposed to, we did actually, we wrote bad bullying behaviors on the balloons. Each child chose a bully behavior. We wrote it on the balloon, and then we deflated the balloon. And the question was, how do you feel? What happened? No more bullying behavior from now on. Of course, this is easier said than done, but at least we are trying, and we should try it every day. Now, the co-create, I will talk a little bit about this, because I didn't do a lot of hands-on on like arts or crafts, but Rafa did a lot of it. And she also wrote, and I think this is, I'm proudly saying this, yeah. She even wrote an article with their students to the newspaper called?
Peveragno News.
That's it. It's difficult for me. And she was able to take bullying into the community, all right, which is one of the things this taking action cycle implies. Now the sharing. Rafa did a sharing moment with her colleagues. Yes. In the classroom. I work with 6 more English teachers in a project called Kitus, and I also share this in my group. And I was hoping that they could implement the ICEKit this school year, but it wasn't possible. But we have the promise that next school year we will do it. And I think we will start the school year implementing the ICEKit one. And we had a sharing moment through e-twinning. That day the internet connection was very bad, so it was a little bit frustrating for kids because they couldn't understand what the others were saying, but we managed to understand the names and we sang the song together. Which was very nice. Now, the review. Both of us did the star. It's like a medal they were proudly wearing at the end of the day. And with the strapline, it just takes one. So it just takes one to make a difference. And hopefully these kids can make a difference. And hopefully we teachers can also make a difference. Now, benefits. By the end of the ICEKit, they were able to recognize some of the behaviors. They were able to engage in discussing such an important but also a difficult topic such as bullying. And I had Mariana saying, and I will stop pulling colleagues' hair. And we can't be mean to one another. That's what Tiago said. Raffaella?
Okay, thank you. Okay, my experience with picture books has been interesting and rewarding. I have represented my year, the top takeaways as a mountain, which is actually where I live, on a mountain. I was a challenge for me from the beginning for many reasons. My children were often in distance learning mode. There was so much to do and such little time. But my motivation and my creativity helped me complete the wonderful ICEKit. I learned a new way of working, transversely based on focal fields in these picture books. It was even possible to help children understand the recent war in the Ukraine by talking about comparison and similarities through this ICEKit. It also discovered that children could reflect on their learning. The ICEKit are such a detailed product made by teachers for teachers. They are ready to use in class to work on important issue with our students. Next year, I intend to use some of the other ICEKit published through this project because this experience with one has been so successful. Now, Naomi,
Are you there, Naomi?
Hi.
Okay. Where are you?
Hi. Yes, I think I have to make it short, haven't I? Okay. Well, my most important takeaway from this project was the great collaboration in our team. So it was so inspiring to get something going together with experienced and above all highly motivated teachers. And it was great to talk with them about their experiences and about their experiences with their students and to integrate them into the ICEKit. And then in the end, it was really fascinating to hear and also see what had been done with our ideas and how the children reacted to these. And well, because I'm still a student and don't have own classes yet, I didn't get really the possibility to try the complete ICEKit. But I had the chance to present the book twice in 2 classes during my internship recently at primary school. And yes, it was really exciting to see how these students then also responded to the book. And yes, what I have to say is that I really can't wait to try the complete ICEKit when I'm working in the school myself then. So yes, thank you very much, my lovely team, my super team, and thank you for giving me the possibility to speak.
And now I will finish with my own takeaways. First of all, I want to highlight the way the ICEKit is organized. It has a simple organization. It has the possibility of choice. Children can choose which activities they want to promote, they want to get involved in. And this is truly refreshing. Then the possibility of discovering and the possibility of not having, even though it is organized, even though it is already some of the activities are planned or pre-planned, but it has the possibility of doing something different also. And then the sharing. It was amazing to be able to learn with such a lovely team. It was amazing to have Sandy as a mentor, as our mentor. And the result was the awareness. Awareness for children, awareness for myself. I now am a lot more confident in addressing to citizenship issues, and I am better prepared. I think I am better prepared to do it in class, and I am far more enthusiastic about doing it. So, thank you.
Thank you, that was lovely. We only have 5 minutes for questions, but that's all right. Thank you, that was heartwarming, and my heart continues to go boom, boom, boom. Thank you. Very proud of them. Now, we only have 5 minutes. But hopefully we've got some questions here. We've got a comment which says, 2 impressive ideas. Absolutely. But questions for this lovely team. Come on, guys, get out your mobile phones. Okay. I'm eager to see the outcome of your ICEKit next year. Yes. Because I wonder, but I have a question. Do you think that it makes a difference knowing that you can do this now so that you can start planning it, so it's part of? Do you think that's an important
It is.
option?
It is. Because this is it is pre-prepared. But there's a lot of things happening when we start implementing it. So it's very important. And it's very important to have the possibility of having 18 ICEKit pre-done, so we have a lot of work done for ourselves. So now it's just discovering and sharing, and yes, definitely.
Yes. Which ICEKit do I use next? That's cool, isn't it?
Yes, that's the question.
Okay, I know I'm supposed to stay in the same place, aren't I? I apologize, I'm moving around. You want me to go up the stairs? Okay. He told me that we weren't allowed to move. So how old were the children in the Italian school? How old were your children, Rafa?
7, 8.
How old? 7? Yes, they were lower primary, weren't they? Yes. And this is why we put you together, because it was the 5 to 7 age range. Okay. Don't you think that the ones who do bullying will be more encouraged to continue bullying as they feel that they're... Don't know if the needs to come up a bit. Can we move the slide up to see the end of the question? Other than the balloon activity, did the teachers or learners do anything to address the bullying experiences? For example, if a child says that they are bullied by someone in the same class, what actions should we as teachers take?
Well, we just need to address it, and we need to explain, and we need, of course, what we do. If we have kids, we always try to convince them to do it, to no longer do it, to stop what we think is the wrong behavior.
It's about talking about it, isn't it?
Yes, it is about
Yes.
talking. It is about not making a taboo out of it, basically.
Yes.
Isn't it?
And being the one to say, no, that you can't do it.
Exactly.
Okay.
One of the things we also called our attention is to talk to an adult. Because it's very important. Sometimes they are afraid to say things because the consequences sometimes don't come from adults, it comes from their peers. So it is very important to tell someone, to tell an adult they trust what is happening. And that's what we did in our classroom here in Portugal.
Okay. Now, there's a question about, is it possible to use this book with older students? I'm just going to say, yes, it is, absolutely. But there's another question, which is very important, I think. Was English used all through the project with the youngest learners?
Yes, because, yes, this is a very dear question for me, because we work in Quitos. We have 2 hours, 4 days a week, and the English teacher speaks English most of the time. So all the preschool classrooms in public schools in Ponte Sorde have this project. So we are a team of 7 English teachers. Each one of us has 2 classrooms, and we mainly speak English.
And you collaborate with...
Exactly, we collaborate with the preschool teacher, and she does the Portuguese talking, and together we manage to have a hybrid or a mixture of Portuguese and English. And no, it's not confusing for them. They are so used to it.
Okay, that's lovely. Thank you. We have to stop.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to both of you, Rafa and to Carla. Well done.